You suffer more in imagination than in reality. Marcus Aurelius. Most men believe their problems come from the world, from people, from circumstances, from unfair timing. But quietly, without resistance, they hand over control the moment they react. A raised voice, a restless mind, a need to explain. Nothing dramatic happens. No alarm sounds. Yet authority leaves the body instantly. This is how strength leaks away, through reactions that feel justified but cost you everything that matters. You were not taught this. You were taught expression, release, reaction. You were told that holding back is weakness, that silence is avoidance, that restraint is unhealthy. But look closely at the men around you. The loudest are the least respected. The most reactive are the most predictable. And the ones who suffer most are not attacked by life. They are exposed to it, unguarded and undisciplined. There is an uncomfortable truth most people never face. Life does not slow down for your emotions. It does not adjust its pressure to your mood. It applies force consistently, impersonally, without apology. The question is never whether pressure will arrive. It is whether you meet it with structure or with impulse. Most men meet it emotionally, then wonder why they feel exhausted, bitter, and unseen. Stoicism begins where excuses end. Not because the Stoic is unfeeling, but because he understands something fundamental: reaction is optional. Between what happens and what you do, there is space. That space is where character lives. Most men collapse that space instantly. They react before thinking, speak before judging, defend before understanding. And then they live inside consequences they never consciously chose. This is the reframe most never accept. Life is not attacking you. It is training you. Every delay strengthens patience. Every insult tests ego. Every inconvenience sharpens discipline. The event itself is neutral. It carries no meaning until you assign one. The moment you label it unfair, personal, or unbearable, you surrender control. The Stoic does the opposite. He withholds judgment and watches power return. When you stop reacting, something strange happens. Chaos does not increase, it weakens. People lose leverage. Situations lose urgency. Problems shrink to their actual size. This is not passivity. It is containment. You are not disengaging from life. You are refusing to let life enter your mind without permission. That single decision changes how you move, how you speak, and how others sense your presence. Most men want peace without discipline. They want calm without control. Stoicism offers neither. It offers responsibility. You are accountable for the state of your mind regardless of circumstances. That idea terrifies most people, because it removes blame as comfort. But it also removes helplessness. Once you see that your reactions are learned behaviors, not instincts, you realize they can be unlearned and trained deliberately. This is not philosophy for reading. It is philosophy for surviving pressure with dignity. The Stoic does not ask life to be easier. He asks himself to be steadier. And over time, something irreversible forms. A man who does not rush, who does not flare, who does not explain himself into weakness. Calm becomes his baseline. And from that baseline, every decision carries more weight. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire under constant war, betrayal, sickness, and political pressure. Yet his private writings reveal no resentment toward the world. Instead, they show relentless discipline of the inner life. He understood something most men miss: power over others is unstable, but power over the self compounds daily. His calm was not natural. It was constructed deliberately through thought, repetition, and restraint. Marcus wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This is not encouragement. It is a boundary. He draws a hard line between what belongs to you and what never will. Weather, people, outcomes, delays, these are external. Your judgment is internal. Confusing the two creates suffering. Separating them creates stability. The Stoic trains this separation until it becomes automatic under pressure. Epictetus went even further. Born a slave, later crippled, he taught that freedom has nothing to do with conditions. It is the ability to meet reality without inner resistance. When he said men are disturbed not by things, but by their judgments, he removed all drama from suffering. The event does nothing. The story you attach to it does everything. Remove the story, and the disturbance collapses. Seneca warned constantly against emotional excess. Not because emotion is evil, but because intensity blinds reason. Anger, impatience, envy, these feel powerful, but they weaken judgment. Seneca observed that no man ruins himself quietly. He does it through repeated emotional permission. Each time you allow reaction, you rehearse loss of control. Each time you restrain it, you rehearse sovereignty over the self. The Stoics were not detached monks. They were generals, statesmen, traders, and teachers. Their philosophy was forged in consequence. When Marcus practiced restraint, lives depended on it. When Epictetus taught discipline, survival depended on it. Stoicism exists because reaction under pressure destroys judgment. Calm preserves it. That is why this philosophy endured while emotional excess collapsed empires, families, and reputations. Modern life disguises this truth. Comfort softens consequences. Reaction rarely costs you immediately. Instead, it erodes trust, presence, and authority slowly. The Stoics trained for extremes so that ordinary days would feel manageable. They did not wait to be tested. They prepared daily. This is why their words still apply. Human nature has not changed. Only the speed of distraction has increased. The Stoic does not suppress emotion. He interrogates it. He asks whether it reflects reality or impulse, whether it serves judgment or undermines it. This interrogation becomes habit. Over time, emotion stops feeling like a command and starts feeling like information. Useful, but not sovereign. This is the shift the Stoics mastered. And once mastered, it cannot be taken from you by circumstance. Stoic authority does not come from quoting philosophers. It comes from living their discipline. Calm speech, measured action, delayed judgment. When others escalate, you de-escalate internally. When others rush, you slow. This contrast is felt immediately, not announced, not explained. Authority emerges naturally when your inner state no longer rises and falls with external noise. Most people live outward. Their attention is pulled by noise, opinion, and reaction. They wake already exposed to the day, mentally available to whatever provokes them first. By noon, they are exhausted without having done anything meaningful. This is not weakness of will. It is weakness of structure. Without inner boundaries, life enters unchecked and drains focus, energy, and authority. You are not becoming louder, faster, or more expressive. You are becoming contained. Containment is not withdrawal. It is selection. You decide what enters your mind and what is dismissed without engagement. Where most men react to be seen, you remain still and become felt. This shift is subtle but irreversible. Once practiced, it changes how people experience you without you saying a word. Most men mistake intensity for strength. They raise their voice. They explain themselves repeatedly. They defend opinions no one challenged. This constant broadcasting signals insecurity, not power. The Stoic does the opposite. He speaks when necessary and stops when finished. He does not chase agreement. He does not correct every misunderstanding. His presence feels heavier because it is not diluted by excess. Identity is built through repetition. Each time you pause instead of reacting, you reinforce self-command. Each time you choose silence over impulse, you strengthen internal hierarchy. Over time, this hierarchy becomes clear. Reason governs emotion, not the reverse. Most people live upside down, ruled by mood. You are reorganizing yourself. Calm sits at the top. Emotion reports, but does not decide. This is where separation occurs. Most people seek relief. You seek stability. Most people want validation. You want alignment. Most people measure life by how it feels. You measure it by how well you govern yourself within it. This distinction places you outside common emotional cycles. You no longer rise and fall with praise or criticism. Your baseline remains intact. The man you are becoming does not announce boundaries. He embodies them. People sense quickly what cannot be crossed. Not because you threaten or explain, but because you do not move when tested. This immobility is misunderstood by many. They call it coldness or distance. In reality, it is self-respect made visible. And self-respect quietly reorganizes every interaction around it. Most men outsource their emotional state. They let traffic decide their mood. Messages determine their worth. Delays steal their peace. You are withdrawing that permission. You are reclaiming authorship over your inner life. This authorship brings a calm that does not depend on outcome. Win or lose, praised or ignored, you remain centered. That consistency becomes your signature. Over time, this identity compounds. You become the man others cannot read easily. Not because you are secretive, but because you are stable. There are no emotional spikes to analyze. No predictable reactions to exploit. This is not a tactic. It is the natural result of discipline practiced daily. And once established, it cannot be taken without your consent. Discipline is not intensity. It is consistency under low emotion. The Stoic does not wait to feel ready. He installs systems that operate regardless of mood. This begins with awareness. You notice the first physical signal of reaction: tension, heat, urgency. That signal is your cue. Not to act, but to pause. This pause is the doorway where control either returns to you or leaves you. The first daily discipline is delayed response. You do not answer immediately. You do not react instantly. You allow time to pass before action. This single habit dismantles impulsiveness. Most damage occurs in the first seconds after emotion spikes. Delay removes fuel. Nothing meaningful is lost by waiting. Much is preserved. Over time, people learn you are not easily pulled into disorder. The second discipline is naming the impression. Stoics did not say, "I am angry." They said, "I notice anger arising." This distinction matters. One identifies with emotion. The other observes it. Observation weakens grip. When you label emotion accurately, it stops pretending to be truth. It becomes data. And data does not command behavior. It informs judgment, then steps aside. The third discipline is control filtering. Ask one question only: is this within my control? If not, release it immediately. No negotiation. No mental rehearsal. Rumination is a refusal to accept reality. Acceptance is not approval. It is alignment. Energy spent resisting the uncontrollable is energy stolen from what you can shape: your conduct, your choices, your character. The fourth discipline is voluntary discomfort. The Stoics practiced hardship on purpose. Cold, hunger, silence, solitude. Not to suffer, but to train nervous system obedience. When you choose discomfort, discomfort loses authority over you. Modern men avoid this and become fragile. The Stoics seek small, controlled stress so large stress feels familiar. Calm is built, not wished for. The fifth discipline is speech restraint. Words are never neutral. Each one either strengthens authority or leaks it. You speak less, but with precision. You remove filler, explanation, and emotional justification. You state facts. You state boundaries. Then you stop. This economy of speech changes how others listen. Silence after clarity forces respect. Over-explaining dissolves it instantly. The sixth discipline is nightly review. Before sleep, the Stoic examines the day. Where did reaction appear? Where did restraint hold? No shame. No praise. Only accuracy. This reflection turns experience into instruction. Without review, days repeat themselves. With review, behavior refines. Improvement becomes inevitable, not motivational. Quiet progress replaces emotional effort. These disciplines are not dramatic. They will not impress anyone immediately. That is their strength. They operate beneath the surface, restructuring your inner hierarchy. Emotion learns its place. Reason resumes command. Over time, you notice fewer internal spikes, fewer regrets, fewer explanations. Life does not become easier. You become steadier. And steadiness changes everything that follows. The world will always try to pull you outward. Noise will always beckon. Opinion will always press. Yet, power lives inside. It does not live in reaction, argument, or justification. Every man you see who seems untouchable has learned this quietly. He does not rise and fall with circumstances. He rises because circumstances cannot reach him. That is mastery. You do not need to prove strength externally. You do not need to dominate, shout, or explain. Your calm is your authority. Your restraint is your power. Each day you practice discipline, pause, and observation, you compound this power. It is invisible, yet unmistakable. Presence becomes your signature. Silence becomes your statement. Non-reaction becomes your victory. Most men chase events, expecting life to yield satisfaction. The Stoic sit still, watching life pass, and find satisfaction in order itself. The order of the mind, the control of impulse, the alignment of action with reason. This is not consolation. It is the architecture of a man unshaken. The man others cannot manipulate. The man who commands first himself, then his space. Your mind is the empire that no one else can rule. Thoughts, emotions, reactions, all are under your jurisdiction. Treat them as such. Every hesitation, every pause, every moment of deliberate choice reinforces the walls of this empire. The world will continue to challenge you. It will push, pull, and provoke. You will not flinch. You will not yield. You will observe. You will respond with reason. The quiet man becomes unstoppable because he cannot be shaken. Others measure influence through visible action, noise, or compliance. You measure it by your inner constancy. Calm, deliberate, unmoved. This is the rarest form of power. It is slow, invisible, but unstoppable. And once established, no insult, no failure, no circumstance can erode it. It is yours alone. Forever. This is the final truth. Control yourself first. Respond only when reason calls. Accept what cannot be changed. Observe what arises. Let life test you, frustrate you, and challenge you. None of it will touch you unless you allow it. Most men never learn this. You are becoming the exception. The calm man always wins, not because he fights best, but because he is untouchable in the only arena that matters, the mind. Repetition is the architect of this identity. Daily practice. Small frictions. Silence. Reflection. Observation. Delay. Naming impressions. Discipline compounds until reaction is optional, not habitual. When you wake, move, speak, and act from this state, everything else aligns naturally. Authority is felt, not claimed. Respect is earned without effort. Your presence alone shapes interaction. And so, the Stoic man stands. Not loud, not demanding, not visible, yet unshakable. He is the calm in chaos, the stillness in turbulence, the weight that moves decisions without force. Everything that matters in life, clarity, resilience, mental strength, flows from this inner mastery. The rest is noise. You have a choice: live among the reactive, or become the quiet, inevitable authority.